The blow was so hard that the old man barely had time to react as Vincent blurted out these words. "You're not welcome here, you damn black. If you don't clear out, you'll regret it." But what Vincent didn't know was that minutes later, they were going to destroy him. It all started at the Silver Creek Cafe in the quiet town of Redwood Creek. That morning, the regulars filled their usual spots, coffee steaming and chatter low. Everything seemed ordinary until Vincent Thorne walked in. His heavy boots and stained jacket dragged a bitter energy behind him. Then he saw him, an old black man sitting alone near the window. Elias Vance, 78, sat quietly, newspaper open, coffee nearly gone, his cane leaning by the chair. He had been a teacher, a veteran, a father, but to Vincent, he was nothing but a black man in the wrong place. Vincent went to the counter, but kept his eyes fixed on him. "Disgusting," he muttered as he passed the table. A woman laughed nearby, her companion sneering. Probably one of those they bus in from the city. The poor and the black always stick together. Vincent turned toward Elias again. "Hey, Grandpa," he called out. "Did you get lost? This isn't the soup kitchen." Elias looked up, confused. "No, I hadn't," he said calmly, thinking maybe the man was joking. "I'm talking to you, old ape," Vincent barked, stepping closer. "I'm not looking for trouble, son. Just drinking my coffee," Elias replied softly. Vincent scoffed. "They should serve you in the alley with the rest of your kind." Whispers spread through the cafe. A young man in a hoodie muttered, "He probably doesn't even pay. They always play the victim." Vincent leaned over. "What have you done to deserve a seat here? We were taught to work, not beg." Elias finally looked up, steady and clear-eyed. "I wasn't taught to work. I was forced. At 12, I picked cotton. At 20, I shined shoes for men who looked like you. At 30, I hauled boxes while people spat at me from their trucks. And still, I never needed to humiliate others to feel human." Vincent smirked. "You want a statue for that?" "No," Elias said evenly. "Just peace to finish my coffee." Silence settled, heavy as stone. People waited, some for a fight, some for the old man to back down. But he didn't. "I know what you are," Elias said, leaning forward. "Men like you never disappeared. You just changed uniforms. But you don't scare me. I've survived louder and dumber men than you." Vincent's grin faltered. "Be careful, old man. You're not among your kind here." Elias's gaze swept the room. "That's what I thought," he said. "But it seems you are among yours." The cafe froze. Vincent's jaw tightened, humiliation burning his face. He tried to laugh. "Hear that? The old slave thinks he's a preacher now." No one joined him. Then, without warning, Vincent kicked Elias's cane. It clattered across the floor. Still, Elias didn't rise. "What's wrong, Grandpa? Cat got your tongue." "You decide how this ends," Elias said slowly, lowering the paper. "If hurting me makes you feel brave, then do it. But I won't stay silent like I did 40 years ago." Vincent's breathing grew harsh. He stepped closer, towering over him. "You don't know who you're talking to, you stupid black." Elias met his eyes, unshaken. "Neither do you, son." The words hung like a spark in dry air. The tension was unbearable. Vincent had no idea that this man had spent a lifetime fighting to exist in rooms like this, nor that he wasn't alone anymore. Somewhere outside, someone was waiting. But Vincent's anger drowned reason. His face twisted, and his voice cracked. "Say that again." Elias didn't blink. "You heard me, and that was enough." The line snapped. Vincent's arm rose, his knuckles white. The room gasped, but no one moved. The sound of the hit was sharp, merciless, a hollow crack that echoed through the cafe. Elias's head jerked sideways. The cup fell, coffee spilling across the floor, and his newspaper fluttered like a wounded bird. The old man didn't cry out. He straightened slowly, blood tracing his lip, eyes locked on Vincent. Around them, people froze behind their screens and half-closed mouths. A woman whispered, "He asked for it." Another man murmured, "That's what they do. They provoke." Vincent stood, breathing hard, fist trembling, face glowing with the satisfaction of cruelty. For a moment, it seemed like he'd won, until Elias lifted his chin, still calm, still standing. "That's what you wanted, isn't it?" Elias rasped. "For someone like me to remind you how small you are." "Shut up," Vincent barked, his voice cracking. "You should be grateful I'm not throwing you out." Elias took a step forward. "You can't throw me out," he said quietly. "You'll understand why soon enough." The cafe was silent, except for the drip of spilled coffee and the faint hum of a phone recording. Somewhere far beyond those walls, eyes were watching, eyes that knew exactly what had just happened. And before anyone could move, before Vincent could even lower his shaking hand, the door creaked open behind him. Elias sat calmly, as if he knew something no one else did. Then came the sound of tires scraping asphalt. Two black SUVs stopped outside. Within seconds, three agents entered the cafe. One spoke in his radio, location secured. Subject inside. Vincent Thorne sneered. What now? FBI for a slap? Get out of here. That old man deserved it. Then she entered. Heels, black suit, hair tightly pulled back. Her presence froze the room. Her eyes met one. Vincent. He smirked. You the new waitress? I need sugar, but not from dark skin service today. He didn't know what he'd just done. The woman ignored him and approached Elias, the old black man. Elias looked up, smiling faintly. You're late, he said. I needed them to talk, she replied. Now I have enough. Vincent frowned. What the hell is going on? Mr. Thorne, she said coldly. You are under federal observation for hate crimes and assault against a senior citizen. What? He rose angrily. Who the hell are you? The wrong person to have assaulted the wrong man, she said. Vincent blinked, trying to understand. Federal observation? What does that even mean? Without replying, she placed a small device on the table. A blue light blinked. This location is now under level 4 protocol. Secure the perimeters, she ordered. Agents moved with precision. Vincent finally saw their badges, their posture. Fear crawled into his voice. What are you? You'll find out, she said. Probably not in freedom. I did nothing wrong. He provoked me. Vincent shouted, pointing at Elias. He acts like he's someone. Elias remained silent, dignified. She stepped closer. You're right. He's not someone, she whispered. He's everything. An agent received confirmation in his earpiece. Arrest warrant authorized. Vincent panicked. You can't do this. I have rights. You had choices, she replied, and you lost them. As he tried to run, agents blocked his path. The cuffs clicked with surgical calm. She turned to the others. No one here will be cited, but every witness is logged. If anyone failed to help during a racially motivated assault, you'll also be reviewed. The cafe went silent. The barista trembled. Vincent yelled as he was taken out. This is a trap, a setup. His shouts faded as the door closed. The woman looked at her father. Do you want to watch him leave? Elias shook his head. He left the moment he walked in. As sunlight touched the sidewalk, Elias stood, steady and proud. His daughter walked beside him. None in the cafe would ever forget the feeling that something far larger had begun. Within hours, the video spread across social media. Not because of the old man, but because of her. Days later, she stood before cameras at a national press conference. My name is Eleanor Vance, Director of Homeland Security and daughter of Elias Vance, she said firmly. My father was assaulted for racial motives. The aggressor is in custody, but this is not just about him. It's about the silence and complicity that allow hate to survive. We are launching a national review of ignored hate crimes from the past 15 years. The announcement shook the country. Vincent Thorne was sentenced to 12 years for aggravated hate crimes, along with new charges uncovered during the investigation. Yet the case mattered not for the punishment, but for what it forced the nation to see. Its reflection, unfiltered. Weeks later, Elias returned to the same cafe. No escort, no fear, only his cane and a quiet strength. People greeted him differently, with respect, some with guilt. Eleanor joined him, sitting silently. They raised their cups in a small, wordless toast. They didn't need to speak. Both knew that what began as one man's cruelty had become something greater, a shift in conscience. Hate had not disappeared, but it had met its reckoning.